So another interesting tidbit about Mary that I found is when she's sitting with Sammy and he asks her what is she, and she gives this explanation of her her background at least a little bit, and she says that her mother's father, her grandfather, was half black. So if we do the math and reverse engineer all that, basically we get to Mary is one half black because her mama's daddy was half black. So her mother's father is half black. That makes her mother one quarter. That makes her an eighth. So in this day and age, she would have been described, or in previous times, as an Octoroon. And this is why this is important. In 1930s in Mississippi, being one-eighth black could still legally and socially classify you as black, depending on the local laws and racial attitudes. This goes back to things like the one-drop rule. But at this level, passing for white becomes more likely, especially if the features align. So Mary's ability to pass and her decision to do so adds a lot of weight to the character tension. She is technically black by blood, but she lives and moves through white spaces, which adds to the spiritual ambiguity about who she is. In the film with Hidden Evils, that kind of bloodline secret is a lot about her and how she's identifying. Mary wasn't just passing as white, she was passing through thresholds, racial, spiritual, and supernatural. So she's had a lot of layers to who she is. Now, the term that they used was obviously Octoroon, which was a strict definition, and it was an old racial classification used in the 18th and 19th centuries and still kind of lingered around to describe someone who is 1/8 black and 7/8 white. In other words, someone with a black great-grandparent. It comes from that whole cast of terms: quadroon, mulatto, hectaderoon, hecadecroon, so 1/6. And these are all part of a very well-developed social caste system, especially in places like Louisiana and Mississippi. It measured, how police act. It was designed to measure and police bloodlines. It was used to decide whether legal rights, social standings, or even whether someone could be enslaved, marry, or inherit property. So this is a major thing that she's walking through at this time. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about what life would have been like for Mary at this particular time in that location.